everybody, and thank you for checking out another video here on G4G Games for Gamers. Today we're taking a look at, no, not I Am Groot. That will be in a future video. What we're going to talk about today is a particular item, a gadget, a trinket as it were, that a lot of people have been talking about, and that is the Mark of the Brotherhood. The Mark of the Brotherhood is found here on Mission 2 of the Fratricide Spec Ops, and this particular wave over here, this mission, has two great items. You have the Mark of the Brotherhood and one of the 4 integrated intelligence set items, and it is the calculated response. If you only wind up getting this item, you will have a trinket or a gadget that does not get used. It's like the Cosmic Cardinal. It is customized, so you'll get it at your level. And at one piece, basically what it will do is a chance to take reduced damage and resist crits from attacks. That's all it does, so it's kind of weak, standalone. But we're going to focus on Mark of the Brotherhood. Now, I already have this item. I happen to get very lucky and got it in one of my runs. It will pop over here and see if there's any fights where I could potentially use it. I'll show you some tricks on it. Oh, that's right. I was running a little low on ISOs. Okay, so that's Avalanche, that's Pesty. Okay, so, alright, here's a good fight to show it as an example. Cannonball is one of the people that will benefit from it. So there's Groot in all his gigantic goodness. How trolly would it be to use Angel and Groot on defense in PvP? So, before we start this fight, let's go ahead and take a look at the item, discuss what it does, and who can potentially work with it. So we'll get rid of E-Regulator, and here it is, Mark of the Brotherhood. All allies, 1 round cooldown, so it's up every single round. Taking a stand, allied mutants, mutants only, gain rally and morale boost. Morale boost, we know what it is, it lasts for 3 rounds. Rally, next buff action becomes a quick action. And another passive of Brothers till the end. When a friendly mutant is defeated, remaining mutants are healed. So, where does this come in really good? Well, this comes in good for anybody that has the Children of the Atom team bonus. So, if we go back to manage over here and we take a look at Cannonball, for example. Where'd he go? Oh, because he's forced to... Okay, so we won't be able to use him. Now, obviously, Guardians of the Galaxies won't be it. Asgardians won't be it. Not Anti-Venom. But Iceman, for example. If you look down here in his bio, Children of the Atom, he gains that. So it's people like Iceman, basically X-Men, those who carry the X gene, those who were mutants right from their very start. Like Moonstone, she got her powers later. As you can see, you don't have Children of the Atom over there, but Sunfire does. So, what does this trinket really do? What does this gadget really do for you that is helpful? Well, for somebody like Heimdall over here, his Yallarhorn is a buff, but it chews up his turn. It's not a quick action. If he was a Children of the Atom, you could use the Yallarhorn as a quick action. So, who does this really benefit from? Well, if we go to the beginning over here, you have Colossus. Colossus has an item that is like that, and that's his Steel Curtain. This would chew up his turn. And if you wanted him to tank, essentially he would never be able to do anything, because this would be up every round. It expires the next round. He would waste his turn to do a Steel Curtain. With the Mark of the Brotherhood, this becomes a quick action, so he can defend and then go on offense. So that's one example. Cyclops is not a good example because his one buff already is a quick action. but he would benefit from the morale boost. Human Torch would not count. Iron Fist would not count. Luke Cage obviously would not. The Hulk gained his later. He would not. Kitty Pryde would. She is a child of the Atom. However, she has nothing that would become a quick action here. So, that's out. Obviously, the Fantastic Four would not count. Miss Marvel would not count, but she already provides a rally in her abilities over here. Photon Blast is what does it, so she can give it. She-Hulk obviously would not be, the Hulk would not be, Phoenix would be, and none of her items would benefit though because her buff is already a quick action. So we're looking for mutants that don't have quick actions. Storm benefits from this because of her protective shroud. This is a 4-round cooldown, so it's really nice to not waste a round doing this, and this would become a quick action. Scarlet Witch is not, she is a child of the Atom, so Chaos Shield would become a quick action. Probability Field would become a quick action. Now her starting cooldowns make it go a little later, unfortunately, but you know, you could essentially not have to deal with her ISO, where it says it has the potential to make Chaos Shield a quick action. The Mark of the Brotherhood would do that for you, and it would guarantee it. So her Chaos Shield would become a nice little quick action. Same for her Probability Field. Sort of like Snappy Service on a tactical agent using the cube. Emma Frost is a child of the Atom, but hers is already a quick action. Deadpool is not. Gambit does not have a buff. Hercules is a god. It wouldn't count for him. Quicksilver is a child of the Atom, but he has nothing that is a buff. Pestilence Beast is a child, but again, nothing that is a buff over here. His things are all debuffs. Psylocke. This is awesome for Psylocke. This spells great things for quick lock teams that use X-Force Psylocke, and here is why. My Psylocke, as you can see, is level 14. She was 13 for a good chunk of my last season when I was using her, and now she's prepped for the next season. But if you look, I normally have Snappy Service for her. Her Snappy Service is currently on loan to Red Hulk. However, with the Mark of the Brotherhood, I don't need to slot in the tactical quick empowered ISO anymore. I can actually go back to the synchronized one, mental prep at the beginning of the fight. So what this means is that I can start with mental coordination, and provided my agent goes before Psylocke's first turn, I can turn her mental coordination into a quick action. I can turn any of her kinetic shields into a quick action. So if Psionic Shadow is down, I can do that. Over here, Magneto, he is a child of the Atom, so again, I can make his magnetic field a quick action. That's good. So now we have Psylocke, we have Magneto that it benefits. Those are two really, really strong benefits over there. Yeah, Vision's not going to count. He was created. None of the... Well, X-23... Yeah, X-23 will count, but she does not have a buff. Red Hulk, again, he's not going to count. He was created. Juggernaut's not going to count. Don't think Wonder Man... Yeah, Wonder Man is not. Angel is a child of the Atom, and he is one of the strongest people for the Mark of the Brotherhood, because in his Generalist suit here, not his X-Force ones, this is a buff. This is a buff. This is a buff. This is a buff. Every one of his moves will become a quick action. So in one turn, he can Aspersio, and then he could put out the Benediction on somebody. He could Aspersio, then go into Rapture, which is a quick action, and then go into Absolution. So he could do 3 things in one turn if you play your cards right. That is phenomenal. That's great. Children of the Atom on Squirrel Girl. So that means that, well, Nuts to This is already a quick action, unfortunately. So, no real synergy there. But hey, A for effort for trying. The person I want it most for is Heimdall. I would love to turn Yallarhorn into a quick action. That's kind of a shame that we can't. He's a child of the Atom, but his buff is already a quick action. Over here, we've already dealt with Sunfire and Iceman. We have none over here. Sandman was created. Anti-Venom, obviously, it's a hybrid. Avalanche is a child of the Atom. However, his one buff is already a quick action. And obviously Groot is not going to be a child of the Atom. And neither would Drax. These guys are Guardians of the Galaxy and far, far away. So basically you want to look for a mutant where a buff is not already a quick action. So let's try it out with our friend Psylocke, who is currently flying a jet. So, alright, we'll do it with Storm. Let's go ahead and do a Storm over here. Now, she's maxed out. So let's get into this fight and show you exactly what it can do. Now, Cannonball is one of the people where it's really, really nice for him. It looks like I'll go after him, but before that. So there's my Mystic, protecting against some debuffs. So I'm not going to use Kinetic Field this turn, because I know it's going to become a quick action next turn. So for now, I'm going to off-balance him, because I hate Toad. Okay, so Mark of the Brotherhood is going to become a quick action, because I am a Snappy Service Agent. So I'll use that. And then I'm going to go ahead and smack him with Whistling Steel, which reduces his melee. Okay, so look here. Quick action. And now that it's a quick action, we get to do something else. So, what are we going to do? Well, let's get her Elemental Mastery going. So, as you can see, if turn order is good, it really makes it so you don't need all of these ISOs that say so-and-so has something at the beginning of the fight. You can get around it. So now, he is going to have a quick action because of Rally. He's going after my agent, so he's going to use this as a quick action. And he gets to use it in the same turn. Now, he doesn't really have any good buffs over here, so what could I do with it? I can either go with his level 1 or this one. I'm going to go with this one because it does a lot of damage. A little weak here because he wasn't buffed, but now I get to use it again. So this is really good for people who have an item that could become spammable thanks to this particular gadget. And like somebody like Colossus, he'd be great for that because he can tank and do an offensive ability every single turn with this trinket. God, I hate Toad. I hate Toad. He's just such a nuisance. So, he's not off balance anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and hit him with that. Just to keep those counters to a minimum. So we'll use the Mark of the Brotherhood again. we will use the tactical suit. Try to get some rising up buffs on Cannonball here. And I will go ahead and off-balance him yet again, get my Whistling Steel bonuses going. That's a nice weapon. That was a really good gold weapon. This is a pretty beefy sword. So there you go. There are two people who can benefit from the rally from Mark of the Brotherhood. And had one of these guys died, the other one would have gotten a sizable heal. So there you go. There is a Mark of the Brotherhood focus. And again, you want to look for somebody who is a mutant, who is a child of the atom, and who can actually benefit from a buff becoming a quick action. So, again, somebody like Sunfire, his already is a quick action, but if it wasn't, this would be a good example of it. Unfortunately, Iceman does not have anything that counts as a buff, but Breaking the Ice does. So, regular Iceman would gain this as a quick action. But honestly, I never see a modern Iceman. It's always death. So, I think X-Force Psylocke is one of the biggest people who benefits from this, and Standard Angel benefits from this. I mean, yes, it would be good to have her things as a quick action, and obviously if she goes before the agent in the first turn, it will not be a quick action, but the whole rest of the fight it will be, and you do gain the ability to have this up at the start. So this is not such a bad idea for quick lock defense. And, you know, Magneto can run different ISOs over here, and he can have his shield be a quick action. That's pretty big over there. It gives some people a decent amount of flexibility. And obviously, I think one of the people who benefits the most from it, although he's incredibly underutilized and just not really used a whole lot, he's not very good, but Phoenix 5 would be a full-time tank for that. He would take single target damage, single target attacks, reduced damage, and of course, because he's him, he doesn't bleed, burn, or get chilled. He's crit resistant, and he's psychic resistant. So, there you go. There is a video on Mark of the Brotherhood, which is found for a grand total of 3 more days. Yay, there's Avalanche. A grand total of 3 more days over here, so hope you get a chance to get it. Hope this video helped you out on some team-ups for it. Take care.